The challenge is based entirely on hunger. This is definitely a survival program, the most stimulating outdoor in the world. They take a couple of guys and girls completely away, strangers to wild places. They don't provide food, drinking water, or even clothing to survive on their own for 21 days. If you pass the test, they'll get a reward of $100,000, equivalent to 2.5 billion Vietnamese currency. Do you dare to join? In Botswana, Africa, a globally renowned dry region with the dry salt fields, there are animals here like water. South Africa and zebras are not afraid of anything, with thousands of elephants on a meadow full of thorns and acacia, things that easily tear people's skin. In the dry season, daytime temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius, and at night it's very low. The extreme drought, it makes all animals to gather around a pool of water, including lions and hyenas, the heads of the African food chain. The most dangerous is elephants. They live in flocks of 10 or more per year. It killed more than 500 people. Beautiful girl named Monica, 24-year-old from Mexico. I'm a vision engineer at Silicon Valley. She's been scouting since she was a kid. It's not clear what scouts are. She loves adventure and challenge, with activities like climbing rope, and hiking. Monica has high-grade autism, affects sensation, and causes difficulty in communication, so she joined the program to open her heart. A guy named Elizabeth, 33 years old, is an artist and outdoor worker. Most of the time you spend working, like helping water buffalo give birth or sterilizing them. Long outdoor work has helped him master many skills. Survival. Lisa said that if we run a survival competition, I will definitely win first place. I like to perform outdoors and regularly tap dance whenever there's a chance. Two people arrived at the site in a trailer. Then they took turns removing all their clothes. When we meet, Lisa started performing magic. Lisa tried to make Monica happy. After the introduction, Monica said, "Don't stare at me like that. I feel uncomfortable." Lisa said, "If you don't look at me, I know I'm looking at you." Two people carry survival equipment including rope and a small knife with a pot. The iron that the program prepares. They study the map, locate the water source, and leave immediately. Not far away they saw a cow that had died a long time ago. Lisa immediately cut a piece of cowhide to make shoes. They walked more than 3 hours to the beach and immediately set up camp under the tree. This area is dry. They're planning to build a safe camp, surrounded by economic tree sap, and light a fire in the center to keep out the wild animals. But Monica was thirsty before she started. Let's light fire and boil water in a pot. When pulling bushes, Liz did not notice accidentally spilling the pot of water. Make them start over. In the evening, to be safe, they lit another bonfire outside the camp. In the night, an elephant stormed the camp. They were so scared they couldn't sleep. The next day, they made shoes out of cowhide. Then we'll go to the beach to check it out. Suddenly, I saw two birds swimming fast. I decided to make a trap out of a shoe roll. Lisa blames Monica for wasting her elastic band. It makes you feel small, and you'd argue. Then they arranged the trap. Until noon, Lisa cut down many branches to build a shelter using branches, frame tree, cover the leaves as a roof to keep warm, and digging the central heater to resist the night cold. Wednesday, Lisa checks the traps but catches nothing. However, he found an elephant skeleton. Take 10 and bring it back. To the evening, he checked the trap again and caught a beak. Monica's happy you brought the bird back. That night before they ate, they were dragged by hyenas. After chasing them away, they shared the bird. Thursday, Both continue to check the ostrich traps they've set. Monica has severe autism. It's completely impossible to determine the direction no matter how hard you try. I can't find the traps I set. Back to camp. She was scolded by the glass, which led to the two arguing again. But this couple is interesting. Let's make peace right away. It's not like the previous participants, arguing to the point of breaking up the relationship. Afternoon, when Monica went to get water, she accidentally caught a small injured bird. After catching him, you're suffering from having to kill him. But for survival, you have no choice. On the way back to camp, you're lost. When you get to where you're crying, and Lisa just patiently comforted me. The next day, while checking the lizard trap, discovered there are waves of animals and put more traps. New around. To the 9th day, I keep checking the traps, but the amount of food harvested is not enough. Offset the calories expended due to continuous movement. Day 10, Monica. People who have not eaten for 3 days become very depressed. While checking the trap, Lisa caught a small bird. On the way back, I saw many other little birds and went crazy, throwing stones at elephants to knock them down. Suddenly, he threw them another bird. Back to camp. To people clean to birds and roast them to eat. But the joy doesn't last. I was sleeping that night. The fire suddenly caught fire. The straw around and almost caused a big fire. That the centrifuge almost burned. The 11th day after the shock, Lisa started to repair the fire, and it took all morning to finish. At noon, the elephants again passed the camp, and you have to face them. Too afraid to move. A few minutes later, the elephants left. That night, Lisa felt Monica drank too little water, so FCO drank more, but this does not make the relationship between the two of you gets worse. This sudden interest made Monica feel warm inside. 12th day, when checking lizard traps. Many traps have been destroyed by elephants. So angry, he started provoking the elephants, but they were chased and scattered back to the camp. I found the fire almost out, so hastily gathered more straw to fan the fire. After the shock of being chased by elephants and the campfire almost mood exploded again. He vented his anger at Monica, but this time Monica didn't react. Makes you have nothing to say. To the 13th day, Lisa became more patient and began to teach Monica how to work more effectively, because he didn't want to go back and see the fire again. 14th day, Lisa. I've discovered that there are many small antelope in the surrounding area lives alone with the same intelligence as the northeast deer. So he started making antelope traps. Cherry, a big hole, put 2 sticks in it. Put a noose around the hole and cover it with straw. On the 15th day, both of them started to lose weight because of hunger. The spirit also becomes bad. At night, nobody wants to move. But this time no one wants to move. On the 16th day, because he was too hungry, he cut the cow's skin into fibers, put it in a cooking pot, and share. It's annoying, but it's better than being hungry. 17th day, the sound of animals at night. Monica has autism. More worried. Lisa saw Monica's negativity. Both heartbroken and helpless, because to solve the problem at the root, you still have to get food. Keep checking the traps. They caught a bird. Unfortunately, it's been eaten by other species. I was 7 when I discovered another trap. I also caught a bird. At noon, clean it, cook it, and eat it. After protein supplementation, they're both happier. Lisa even sang up. 18th day after eating. Lisa feels harder every day and hungrier. So we split up and checked the trap. Lisa's trap triggered, but the prey escaped. Monica found a plant called jasmine. It is non-toxic and can be eaten. When checking traps, Lisa is exhausted and resting, and suddenly I saw an elephant rushing towards me. He fled to the camp and split up. They eat 10 plants each. At night, the temperature dropped suddenly. The harsh cold made their will almost collapse. On the 19th day, we couldn't sleep because of the cold. It's so thin that it's just skin and bones. Want to go to check the trap, but the body does not allow. At night, Lisa wanted to give up, but was comforted by Monica. 20th day, Lisa tried to check, and lucky to catch a small bird. Then there's another one. On the way back, Monica hit another one with a cup. They clean the grill and eat. These 3 life-saving birds give hope to leave. After eating, they had tattoos on each other's feet as a souvenir. The last day, we both started to share our feelings. Monica thanks Lisa for her tolerance and guidance. I hope you learn a lot through this challenge. Lisa laughed and said no. If given the chance, they would continue to be teammates. After packing up, they studied the map and left. You have to cross the desert. 6.5 kilometers with all kinds of poisonous scorpions in the face of their slow attacks. Tiger snake bearing the deadly black. They had to cross the land of lions and elephants. For 2 people who are exhausted, if you're in danger, they're sure to become prey for predators. After walking for 4 hours under the pressure of being hunted, Monica was exhausted and dehydrated and had cramps in her legs. Take a break. She continued on her way thanks to Ilya's encouragement. Finally, in an hour, they saw the Mule Tribe's tractor come to pick them up. Their wilderness survival challenge was a success. After 21 days of suffering, Lisa lost 8 kilograms and Monica lost 10 kilograms. This challenge is a survival program, the world's most dramatic outdoor team show, taking a couple -1 failures in the 5th season to the reasons. No food, no water, no clothes. They have to survive for 21 days to receive the 100,000 United States dollars. Do you dare to join? Reward. The first person to come back was Sarah. The 32-year-old suffered an eye injury and was forced to quit the challenge in Panama. In Season 5, she is looking forward to making $100,000. Next up is the 43-year-old Bronze, retreated in Colombia because of back pain. Over a year ago, I always cry and swear that unless I'm in bed, I'll never give up again. This time they were released into a forest, native to southern Mexico, where there are many jaguars, ferocious crocodiles, and snakes unique corals of the Western Hemisphere. It's worse than sudden heavy rains. It can reach more than 1.5 meters of rainfall in one night. They're in the show car, where you take off your clothes. On the way to meet, Brown expresses fear that his teammates are complacent. I know a little survival skills, but I think I'm good. Sarah is worried that her teammates have the idea of male contempt for women. Then you won't hesitate to deal with him. They met under a big tree, but Brown proved so overwhelming that Sarah was depressed. They carry lighters, small rope, and knife. We decided to find water first. On the way, Sarah asked out of sickness, "Why did Brown give up last time?" You said it's because your teammates are useless. The answer made Sarah uncomfortable. On the way, they were scratched by a thorn. Ra and Brown found a strange plant. Sarah told me to stay away because it's black poison wood that contains toxins like sulfuric acid. If it is attached, it will blister, or worse than a second-degree burn. Brown was in a hurry to move, but leaning on another tree is also black poison wood until 2 p.m. They went to the small river bank and decided to drink raw water to quench thirst, and then they chose a flat place to camp. They started the camp, and then there's the constant chopping of trees. Boren cut down the tree and praised Sarah's knife for being good. Afternoon Sarah. He cut down a tree but accidentally injured his leg. Boren test found not serious. I told her to wash the wound and light a fire. Then they both rest in camp. The next day Warren went looking for food, and Sarah's at the camp making fishing cages out of coral leopard cords. Mexico, this wire is very light. You make two baskets big and small and put them together. The fish can get in, but it's hard to get out. Cage finished and placed underwater. But Boren went all day and found nothing. It was raining so cold both of us. The third day Boren chose to rest. Sarah couldn't look. He should go and get his own wood and tell him not to burn off. Boren didn't take his advice seriously because he thought it's raining in Siberia at night and it's freezing cold. On the fourth day Boren lay still doing nothing. Sarah reminded me if this continues, they will not live for 21 days. Boren felt self-righteous anger at Sarah made her angry cry. After crying, Sarah decided not to. He went and got his own food. I picked some mushrooms and brought them to camp. She grilled mushrooms on fire and ate. On the seventh day, they both ate a little mushroom. Physical exhaustion. Sarah checks the fish cage but to no avail, and Boren found some snails to bring back. You put them on fire, but Sarah refused to eat because of parasites. Both arguments ended up eating themselves. Sarah said to save it for fishing bait, and they argue again. Day 8, Sarah grinds snails as bait. Put it back in the fish cage, but still nothing. On the 10th day, they started trapping animals. Boren tied a rope to a tree. Kia had made noose placed on 2 wooden sticks. Animals that pass by will be trapped. They were both tortured by mosquitoes all night. It starts to rain again in the middle of the night. Made Boren think again about giving up. On the 12th day, Boren chose to rest. Sarah called me to check the trap. Reluctantly he did Theo, but the trap caught nothing. Boren, angry at Sarah for not catching the fish. To the 13th day, Sarah checks the trap and finally catches a fish. Bring back the grill. On fire while eating fish. Boren changed her voice to praise Sarah's fish cage very well. But say more. You are better than my mother. She never caught a fish, which made Sarah unhappy. The following days, their trap still didn't harvest anything. On the 18th, Sarah found 2 Siamese roses in the ground. But when I brought it back to the camp, there was a lot of depth. She picked up deep raw and threw away, and Boren ate it all and blamed her for wasting it. To the 20th day, they found a little green snake, but Boren was clumsy to let it escape. Finally, the day finally came. They studied the map and found the road full of 7 kilometers long spike to the point of retreat. I have to swim through a lake. This is very difficult for both of you who are exhausted. For lack of food on the way, they were bitten by thorns and ants. We arrived at the lake in the afternoon. There's no power and no rescue team nearby. They use a piece of wood as a float to swim through. When they got ashore, they saw the support team's car waiting. They both finally completed the challenge. After 21 days, Boren lost 25 pounds and Sarah lost 14. The least eating couple in history. Program if you are given 100,000 United States with a beautiful girl with a charming body to take on a wild forest survival challenge. Do you dare to join? We're going to Lake 8 in Canada, where despite seemingly abundant resources, but the reality is that it's incredibly dangerous. The weather here changes 7 often with strong winds, thunder. Heavy rain and cold temperatures can get you in trouble. Our female guest, Casey's not just an underwater survival expert. It's okay, trained from a young age to become a survival expert. Actually, she has a gentle personality, outstanding beauty and perfect body. like a goddess in the wilderness. Male guest girls is a former soldier. He has 15 years of experience in the military, has accumulated a lot of survival skills. Both are in the boat. Go to the location and prepare for the challenge. On request, they have to change and wear special clothes. Casey seems a little shy while girls. When I saw the beautiful blonde, I can't hide the surprise. After a somewhat awkward conversation, they get their survival gear. Casey holding a small knife and girls choose an umbrella. I don't know if it's to survive or to tie something up. After reviewing the map and planning, they started the journey. However, they have entered the territory of a black bear. Make them change their plans. After a few hours in the woods, finally, they also found a relatively safe area to build. It's a big problem at the camp now. Gales confidently said he could survive. But after a long struggle, you just make a little smoke without fire. Night down, the cold weather made it almost impossible to sleep. They can just keep moving to keep warm the next morning. The building couldn't stand the cold, cowering in an angle and shivering. Both decided to reinforce their shelters, and they found a mulberry tree nearby, provide the necessary power. However, survival issues remain their biggest enemy. All morning, girls have tried more than 3,000 times and still can't light a fire. I was embarrassed before the CA. Girls are very worried. I finally ran out into the middle of the lake. Use a little moss can make a fire to disinfect water and temporarily solve the drinking water problem. At night, the cold and the wind on the rocks. They decided to find a new shelter in the jungle. It took them over 4 hours to build a new home. But not long after, a heavy rain suddenly came. Make their roof waterproof, no matter how strong the girls are. Now it's inevitable to shiver and shrink in the corner. To the third day, girls get up early and start collecting 10 survival materials. Every attempt is 7 failures. The following days, both of them were almost entirely concerned with moving and rebuilding their shelters. They finally found a relatively safe place. But they're still hungry for 3 days. Until the 5th day, the girls finally caught the fire, and Casey caught the frogs by the river. After meal, girls feel like being revived and then turn off the camera to test their ability to survive. On the 12th day, taking advantage of the rare beautiful weather, Casey and girls share out action. Casey was skillful. His ingenuity to design a series of small traps for hunting. I hope I can bring food for both of you. And the jaw. I found apples that I hurriedly picked up. It's said to be the hardest thing to eat in the world. Both try a little, and its taste is ineffable. These days lasted until the 19th day. Casey was exhausted, who was shivering from hunger. It's almost unbearable. Girls continue to go out hunting. But this time luck doesn't seem to smile at me. On the way back, I stumbled across a snack. It's like a ray of hope in times of despair. Girls, do not hesitate to act now, and successfully caught this dish. On the last day, you both have to go 10 miles, dangerous forest to reach the shore of the lake, waiting for rescue. Along the way, they constantly overcome obstacles, fight with all difficulties. After 5 hours of hard work, they finally reach the lake. Not long after, a plane slowly landing on the lake. Both successfully boarded the plane and receive a reward of 100,000 United States dollars. Congratulations! This challenge ends here. See you in the next episode.